Hey everybody, Gary Pruitt asked me if I talk a little bit about the truck that we use to tow the Arctic fox. We use the 2016 Ford F350 1-ton. Now, if it's a 6.7 liter diesel B20. I think they only make one now, I'm not sure, but the B20 is for biodiesel, up to 20% you can use on it. Now, if you're driving a gas engine, there's a few things a little bit different about the diesel. Now, I'll try and get this done without shaking too much, but I just want to show you what happens when you go to start it here. You see that little coil part right there? It disappears, but that's the glow plugs. They don't have the same kind of spark plugs in them, so you have to warm up the plugs on it. Sorry. And then you can start your truck. Okay, so I just took the truck out of the garage so I can see a few things a little better. This truck has, well, it's a four-wheel drive, so you can use it in two-wheel, four-wheel. It has a tow package. Now, they used to have an extreme tow package. Whether they do or not anymore, I don't know. And then you get a bigger gear ratio, and I believe put a fifth wheel on, it's already set up for that. This one we had to put the fifth wheel on it and have it mounted under. I just had a pro do it. It's also got a rear or a engine exhaust brake on it, and of course you got the extended mirrors. Some trucks are stationary and they stick way out there, but it's a little bit handy there for those. You're going for a hamburger or going across the border and want to get close to a ticket wicket. They're handy for that. Now, I'm not going to say any truck's better than another one, because I never looked into the other trucks at all. We've had, over the years, every brand name you can have, Dodge, Chevy, and we've had a few Fords. Chevrolet we drove for 20-some years. Well, I picked this one, actually. Well, we've had a few, but 6 of them, not 1-tons, but half-tons, and we've got a Explorer Sport Track. In any event, we've got, what I like to add, the bigger window here for your navigation and things like that. So I think it's about 7 inches or something like that, 7.5 inches, anti-skid. But a lot of these things will be on, or maybe not so much that, but anti-skid and that are on most trucks now. It's got the built-in trailer brake, and then we've got a few like 12 volts. There's an electrical plug in the back that you can plug your 110, 120s into. You don't say you're from Canada, they're states, so 110 and 120 volts is the same in either country. So I'll go out and show you the trailer hitch on this. Okay, so when I got the hitch put on, yeah, this is going to be a struggle here, so bear with me. I just had a slider put on so that we can close it up when we're not pulling a trailer, you know, especially for groceries, things like that. This trailer hitched the fifth wheel. Ours is a Reese. I believe it's 16,000 pound. If I can get to see it at all. It's a slider. So, because this truck is 156 inch wheelbase, so it's a 6 3/4 foot box. Everybody said you need a slider, and I guess for some fifth wheels, you do, you might need it, but I'll just show you something quickly. I get a good look at my bug collection. So the Arctic foxes have this, I don't know if you can see it or not, but all in here, it's all dished out both sides, so I've never ever used the slider on that truck or on that fifth wheel, and some of them are pretty much almost straight across, but you're looking for an Arctic fox, and that's on all of their Arctic fox fifth wheels. Now I don't know about Fox Mountains, so like I said, I've never used it. This truck's got 18-inch tires on it. Something that you need a diesel exhaust fuel for diesel engines, the new ones, and that just cleans out your filters. That can be anywhere from close to $8, like a Walmart in the States, and here we pay like 17 bucks for I think it's 2.5 gallons of that stuff, and it takes 2 to fill it on this truck. So the older trucks, again, you didn't say if you had a diesel or not. Some of the older trucks don't have that at all, so it's more of a environmental thing, I believe, instead of helping the performance of the truck or anything like that. So just some of the comforts we wanted. They had heated seats, air conditioned seats, heated in both back and front. I don't think we've ever used the back one, but you know, everybody's got their own preference of what they want to get. This truck in their Ford 350s, they can tow anywhere. I believe the new ones with the aluminum box, you can tow 18,000 pounds. This one, because it's a crew cab, short wheelbase, it's pretty much maxed out at 14,000 pounds, but we don't have any problems and towing. We have, I believe this trailer was 11,500 dry with the options it had, and I think it's like 2,500 pounds carrying capacity or something like that. So we were just and I bought the 1 ton thinking I could move up to a bigger trailer if I wanted to, but Arctic Fox are actually pretty heavy. So I think the 35 foot is about 16,500 pounds, and you'd pretty much have to check. I don't remember the weights on them, but what would I have gotten if I could do it over on the this? I would have got the self-leveling. I'm sure there's a few other things, but we're pretty comfortable with what it came with, and it only had few options, like a bigger fridge. It was a 10 cubic. That's the biggest you can get in this unit, and the central vac was in it. Slide out toppers. There wasn't a lot of options on them. So anyway, I'm going to show you inside this thing here. Again, I don't know if you have a diesel or Diesels are, where we're from, you can get 40 below, 50 below at the wind. You have to plug them in. We keep it in the, I've never actually had this here in the winter. Since we bought it, we've gone south, so not that I can do that every year. There's 2 batteries in there. In Manitoba, Canada, you have to have a Class 3 license in order to pull anything over 10,000 pounds. From a 1-ton up, you have to have, I'm going to slam this, so plug your ears. 1 ton up, you have to have these things safetied every year. And I had to have it safetied, pulling it right out of the showroom before Manitoba would give me plates on it. So every like a 3/4 ton, you could avoid all that. We're in the country here, so you can see how dirty my truck is. Gravel roads and dust everywhere. I'll just show you a little bit about the hitch here. So like I said, this one's a 16,000 pound hitch. They're adjustable. It does slide. I haven't had any problems with it. Reese is a pretty good brand name in that in the hitch business there. Here's what's left of my firewood and docking for the trailer sometimes. So I hope I answered some of your questions on that. Let me know. Oh, and this one has the old man steps here for the old man. It's pretty handy to get in. I know they have bumper steps and everything like that, but we use this. I use it to get in the box, and also we have a 2-step ladder system that's in the trailer that I use to hook it up, because I can't reach over the side of that to put the locking pins in, things like that. Yeah, I don't know if I did say it, but the Ford has 440 horsepower, and it's 860 foot-pounds of torque. The only thing I've added to this unit that's fixed is a satellite dish. Other than that, I haven't really put anything else on the trailer. So this is our second trailer, and when we first bought that trailer over there, we didn't know if we were ever going to go camping. The wife worked weekdays, I worked weekends, so it was just a spur of the moment thing. I talked her into retiring, and I'm basically retired. Still work the odd time, but so another thing would be nice on that. It would be, I guess, 50 amps, but those are special orders. If you wanted to get the leveling system and 50 amps, I mean, you can get a number of things. They actually sent me a price list with options on it because I bought it over the internet. Basically, I never saw this particular one because we were in Yuma. This was in Vernon, BC. The truck we had to get in Abbotsford, BC, and that's British Columbia if you're from the States. This is CSA approved, which is something you have to go through if you're in Canada and you buy a new trailer. You have to jump through hoops with the paperwork to make sure that it's almost the same idea as Canadian standards approved, which I think it was like $350 extra, and it's basically a sticker. So I hope I answered your questions there. Oh, another thing, they come with a, you can get an optional seat in it, but if there's only two of you, I wouldn't recommend it. It just kind of hogs up a lot of the room. You know, this unit has Thomas Paine couches. You can get 2 or 3 different kinds of it, fold out, and this one has the airbed one. We've only used that I believe twice with grandkids. You can get, but they're pretty comfortable. But if we go next year, this fall, I mean, we have other chairs that we bought for the other trailer we had there, and we'll likely bring them. So again, hope I answered your questions. You can let me know if you need more info on that.